Play with it with Cass Allen. Today we're discussing dating and being in the closet. You know, I like to define everything on this show by in the closet. We refer to people who hide something in their relationship. A lot of people refer in the closet to being gay, and that's really not what it means. It just means you're hiding something, period. A lot of people hide their sexuality, which is how it became associated to such. But in the closet could mean a number of things. You could be a heterosexual and be in the closet. You know, you could be hiding something about your relationship from your family, from your job, from your peers, or anybody. You can be in a relationship with someone of a different race, religion, whatever, and hiding it from your family. That's the closet. So that's how we're using that definition today. Um, as I mentioned, there are a number of reasons that a person might be in the closet. You might have a job uh, forces you to be in the closet. You know, you might be seeing someone from the job and it makes jealousy. So you keep your relationship on the low down. You may be hiding something from a family member because you don't want the disapproval or the repercussions that might be derived from a family member finding out that you're dating someone that's not preferable to the family. You could lose an inheritance, so you may be hiding that you're dating someone of a different class. Um, Again, your peers, some of us out here fall for someone that our peers don't feel are of our caliber. So you may hide that person from your peers and not take them out, you know, amongst your friends. We can go back to what is it, Grease. Plenty of people have seen that movie. Tony didn't want anybody to know about Sandy because of the way she dressed and, you know, of her ilk. So he hid her. And when they went public, he downplayed their relationship. He went into a closet. Bottom line, so we all understand each other. Um, and as usual, we're going to start out with talking about dating someone who's in the closet. I've been in the closet for a number of reasons. I dated someone who was in the closet because of the job. I've dated someone who was in the closet because of the money. I dated someone who was in the closet because the person wasn't comfortable with themselves. Um, Me personally, I find it a bit challenging to date people in the closet because I basically live out loud. So there's a lot of contradiction between us. I don't care to be uh, fake with myself, you know. And sometimes, in order to protect people's interests, you have to play along with the game, which becomes, as I just mentioned, their game. So I don't do very well in that category. I prefer an out loud type of energy, and by out loud, I'm not speaking of people who are, you know, walking around with tags all over them, simply living authentically and being comfortable being oneself. Um, when dating someone who is in the closet, there are things to take into consideration. And as I mentioned, you know, these are the things we don't ask on dates. You know, we're so busy looking at the monkey ants, how they look, how they sound, how they smell, that you forget about the things that actually tie you once you're not doing the monkey ass thing, unless that's what all you're planning to do. You know, do you want to walk down the street and pretend you're someone's friend when you're their lover? Do you want to be called a family member? Do you want to have to stop at the corner and not join that person's crowd because they don't want these people to know who you are? Do you want someone to pretend that you don't exist at all, you know, and it's not ands, it's either or ands. You know, are you willing to live in a situation if you are authentic where you cannot be authentic when you're with the person that you care about? If you're willing to give this person their way as far as, you know, supporting their closeted ways, you know, this may work better for a person who's also in the closet. I've met people, plenty of people that have been in the closet I went on a double date with a closeted couple once, to help them with their cover a few decades ago, and they were undercover because of their jobs. They had very powerful jobs, very well-paid jobs for the night. A very powerful couple in finance. And, people don't think like that. You automatically assume it must be one masculine and one feminine energy, no matter how they're paired up, sexual or homosexual. But in this case, it was two very strong male energies, and they were looking to have some dates for a work function on a ship. And the offer that they made was amazing. So, my mate at the time and I took the offer and we double dated with these gentlemen and had a great time and understood why they were doing what they were doing. It's not for me to judge other people's lives because I'm comfortable living out loud. And, people, like I said, have lived in the closet because of their peers. Sometimes you go in the closet because you're dating someone, someone you spend with. We've seen that in the media. I'm not going to call names. Y'all might know, but I remember these two gentlemen who were good friends. And one found out that the other one was dating his ex-wife. They have been keeping that a secret, his friend and the wife, for a couple of years because they didn't want to hurt his feelings. And when he found out, he was torn apart. So they're famous. If you're familiar with Hollywood, you probably know who I'm talking about. They also didn't want to upset the group at the time. And little twist, they were interracial. That's all the clues I have for y'all. Y'all know I'm not giving names. Mm. So there are a number of reasons, to experience a closeted person. A lot of times you might not even know that you're dating someone in the closet until a certain instance, takes place. Yeah, especially if you're spending time together and it's time spent where the public doesn't realize you're a couple until you do something. Some couples are fine being outside together, just don't touch me. We also have those type of closeted people. The whole world knows they're with you because of the light they're shining, except them. So, they have this rule, just don't touch me and no one will know, even though they're smiling at you, or you're everything that represents what they're denying that they are. That's also, one of the types of people that you can date that's in the closet that's just doesn't want to say it, but wants to play with the reindeers. You also have instances where, as we all know what's coming, you are the person. You're the person that's in the closet. And as such, you have to be willing to understand that who do not want to date someone who's not authentic. Uh, my closeted experiences with people were in my younger years. Like I said, we all chase that monkey ass. So it's normally not as important necessarily, especially in your years where you don't even give a damn about identity. It's just a picture, alcohol, and some booty. None of that stuff really has a place. But what if you are that person that's hiding your life? Explain to the people that you want to date. I think y'all know the answer. Be transparent. Don't wait till someone approaches a boundary that's normal in a relationship to tell them to keep cross it because you're closet. On those dates, tell me something about yourself. You know what's coming. Well, I'm in the closet. People don't know that I do XYZ. People don't know that, I date transsexuals. People don't know that I date black women. People don't know that I date women outside of my religion. Whatever it is, I don't speak on it to my family, my friends, or my coworkers, everybody in my life. So if you want to date me, you're undercover in my life. It's just that simple. You want that position or not? It's up to you. I'm not going to invite you to any functions necessarily. If I do, We're not going to show any type of relationship between us. Keep it real. Some people don't mind being that person. Some people think it's kind of sexy to relationship, go out and pretend you don't know each other. I know it seems sexy for a while, and then people want to be claimed, but that's why I say tell your truth. Don't wait till later and piss people off when they go to put an arm around you and you push the shit off, going, "Yo, don't do this shit in public." I just saw a movie with this straight man. See my hand? Straight man. Fuck the shit out of this gay guy. Loved him. Tore him up. Then they got outside and this gay guy went for a little kiss. Yo, fuck him up. He like, we don't do this, you know? And this was, this gay guy came back with shit. He was like, man, nigga, you fucked my brains out last night. Now you gonna act like you don't know me? You know? Standing up for himself to a degree. No, they should have discussed that. He should have told him, look, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you deep. But tomorrow, act like you don't know me. And this guy could have decided if he wanted to partake in the situation. You want to give me my body, and then tomorrow you want to act like you don't know me. Do you want to act like you claim it? You want to act like we didn't just spend the whole night together? You have an opportunity to decide. You'd be surprised how many people will go for it. First of all, because they think, oh yeah, it won't be. I'm turning this one out. Hey, don't work for you because this person was honest with you. That's what I'm saying. You have to be honest with people. You can't and come back talking shit about what you didn't tell them. It saves a lot of anger. It saves a lot of arguing. It saves a lot of feeling betrayed. It saves a lot of feeling the distrust. People don't have to like what you say. But look, I think you hot. I want to fuck with you, but you can't tell nobody. If you do, I'll deny everything. Be honest. It's kind of like what Mitchell just saw to husbands and wives who are already married and in a sincere relationship. That's what you're doing, right? You're providing that person an opportunity to be in the closet by not approaching their spouse and telling them you fucking fool. So why not be honest about it? I, I say to people, look, I told you when I met you. It's one of my favorite lines. I explained this to you. Told you who I am. What you chose to believe it or not, that's on you. I was honest with you. I told you my position. I told you my condition. First of all, because I don't believe in taking advantage of people, there's no need for smoke and mirrors. If somebody really wants you, they're going to have you, no matter what your story is. So why not tell the truth? At the end of the day, because these things matter. Differences matter. We're so busy laughing at the things we have in common, and then when you find out you don't have common with someone, you want to break the fuck up. Find out early. Hey, like I said, I don't do these things right now in my life, so I'm just talking shit to y'all. Because there's a lot of dating out there. Like I said, especially in my age group, a lot of people are complaining know how to navigate the surface. They don't know what to do. I haven't dated in this long. You have people losing their mates that haven't been on a fucking date in 30 years because they're alone and never alone. So you coming out here, and a lot of us, blacking, fracking. So people half your age are pursuing you. And they have ideology and shit going on that we don't even fucking know. A lot of people are confused out here. They're like, "Damn, that bitch fine, but she is 30." And they're talking a language you don't understand. And I'm suggesting to you all humbly tell your fucking truth so you don't get caught up in the crazy. That's the best way to approach anything anyway, though, isn't it really? It's not about whether people like you or not. It's about whether you're honest or not. So that they can decide whether they like you or not based on your honesty. That's what comes first. So if you're in the closet, like tell people, hey, I think you're fine, but I'm in the closet. I'm gonna snarl at you in public. I'm gonna look at you with distaste. But I promise you, as soon as we get in a room together when nobody's there, I'm gonna give you everything I got because I really love you. I just gotta be in the closet because my mama give me $5,000 a month, and she told me not to date black men. So don't look at me in the street, else I might have my security kill you. Track my income. You gotta be honest. So people say, "Yo, that shit sound kinky and sexy. I'm gonna give her a try." She made 5 G's. Ah, shit, she gonna give me at least one. Once you tell the truth, it changes the game, and you tend to have a little more fun. Like I said, because difference matters. So I always say, y'all know I'm just talking shit. I want y'all to live your lives fully and just be honest. That's how you live a full life. How the fuck you gonna live a full life if you're not being honest with yourself? You have stepping. That's a fact. Anybody can try to refute it all you want, but you can't. It's not my truth, it's the truth. What better way to live your life than fully? Is it yours if you're not living it? Is it really? You live somebody else's life to make somebody else happy? Why? Who do you serve? That's my final question. To wrap this up, who do you serve? This has been your show with Cat Allen. Play with it.